Do. Perfect.
Live and direct.
Resurrect. All right, guys. How's it going?
It's good. Good, man. Good to see you.
Good to see you.
Yeah.
Due to this virus thing, we're doing our podcast remotely as usual, as one should, right? As a responsible individual should. So.
Yeah, I agree. It's kind of taking the world by storm. It's kind of funny because I think we're still going to go eat later. Which I'm fine with, But it's like I'm going to the gym later, and I don't know if that's a good idea, but what are your thoughts on that?
I mean, what kind of a gym are you trying to go to? Like, are you trying to go to more of like just like the MMA gym or like Vasa, like regular gym?
No, the MMA gym, so full contact with a partner.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Getting sweaty and all that stuff.
Getting sweaty, being really close, getting hot. It's humid in there. So, it's more you can spread the virus faster. So it's kind of scary. Like, do you want to explain what happened with the NBA? Like, that just freaked me out.
Yeah. So yesterday, I was kind of on like a press tour pretty much because what had happened was Jazz was playing the OKC Thunders last night. So they were physically in OKC. And then what happened was Rudy Gobert was sick, right? Like he was experiencing some kind of like a flu-like symptoms, and then they test him out for what's called a strep throat, negative, and then they test him on like a couple common cold is negative, but they test him on coronavirus and it was positive. So what happened is after what are you drinking?
Protein smoothie.
All right, smoothie, perfect.
Blueberries, bananas.
All right, cool.
Just something like for the workout.
All the antioxidant is gonna keep you safe, right? Yeah.
Hopefully. Yeah, I mean we'll see because I want to do Muay Thai because it's like one of the last times I might be able to do it. I mean I'll still go next week, but.
Okay. So what happened yesterday was the NBA called off the Jazz game, and then because Rudy Gobert was testing positive, and then today Donovan Mitchell was testing positive as well, and then there was this report saying that Rudy Gobert was being careless, was touching everybody, was not
the microphones and stuff.
Yeah, was not being like careful, and then today Rudy actually came out and then he actually apologized for his behavior. So
yeah.
So what it is that people don't know what's going on. Like they still don't know how he's able to got it because they were in Utah the last time. Maybe that's when he got it, but he was actually coming up with the flu today. Yeah. And then what happened was after that, right? The second game, I believe it was Clippers against San Antonio Spurs or Bucks against San Antonio Spurs,
Yeah.
And then that game was called off too because one of the referees that were, reffing that game was reffing the Jazz game last time.
So he was sick?
No, he wasn't sick, but he was quarantined. So right now, every single team that played Jazz for the last five games are all quarantine right now. So NBA got like cut off last night, and then the owners wanted to reassess the situation, in about a month. But for now, that was pretty much it. So
I think it's smart because I think it's better safe than sorry that you suspend the games because at the end of the day, you want to keep the public safe and the players safe. Mm-hmm. So it's like if you don't know if the referee is infected and you don't know which players are infected and they're going to play like 3 games a week, 4 games a week,
mm-hmm.
It's better that you suspend it until like you figure out who's actually sick and who's not sick.
Right.
They're probably gonna move towards the no crowd games, right? Like the NCAA.
Yeah, but even if they want to play no crowd game, then they still have to worry about like people like one person getting the teammates sick.
Yeah.
I mean, was I fighting? You can probably pull that off because you sent me something today saying that one of the fights was going to be determined by no fan, right? No fan is watching, just going
Yeah,
to be finding it out.
and
So,
I mean, this is pretty interesting because they've done things similar.
mm-hmm,
I feel like they're gonna like still have the fights, but the
mm-hmm,
UFC built this facility in Vegas called the UFC Apex.
mm-hmm.
It costs millions of dollars to build, and they can broadcast any fight in their facility around the world. And
Okay.
a lot of like sports like companies and stuff want to use their facility because they can stream a lot of like high quality fights.
Right, right.
Have an octagon built actually in there, and they have a gym in there where fighters can come in. So
Mm-hmm.
the fight that they scheduled with no crowd is going to be in Brazil, and it hasn't been officially announced. But there's a rumor that there will be no crowds in attendance
Mm-hmm.
during that fight in Brazil this Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
And big pay-per-view fight, which is Khabib. You've heard of Khabib, right? He fought Conor
Mm-hmm.
McGregor
Yeah.
versus Tony Ferguson might actually be either canceled for the sixth time. And Kevin, I'm not even kidding. The first time, like this, the guy couldn't make weight and his kidneys were failing. He had to go to the hospital. The
Right.
second time, this guy literally tore his ACL and he was like he couldn't fight for an entire year.
Mm-hmm.
Like the third time, the other guy missed weight for another reason. The fourth time, it's just like all right, dude, sounds good. Just all these like different things. So the sixth time, it's gonna be due to like the coronavirus. So they're either gonna cancel it, reschedule, or they might push it to the UFC Apex with like probably a crowd of like 50 people,
Okay.
which is going to be crazy because they've done it before with a show called like the Contender Series, kind of like these smaller shows.
Mm-hmm.
They've never done it with like these high level like UFC stars.
Right. I mean, so the reason that they want to do that is because the tickets are already sold, right? Like they don't want to give out a refund. Is that why they're doing that?
The problem is that this fight was scheduled to be in Brooklyn, New York.
Okay.
That's one of the biggest issues because New York is one of the places where they're trying to cut down how many people are live attendance. All right, dude, sounds good. They're probably canceling a lot of events, so they might cancel the Tony and Khabib fight.
Okay. I mean, like it's just insane that like because when with the revenue, like like same as the NBA, like do you know how many people like goes to a Jazz game, like 20,000 people maybe, right? Like with them empty that out, like like what's gonna do with the people that work there, right? With the beer stands and hot dog stands and the security people, like this is real deal. It's gonna bring economic impact on everybody. So.
I mean, it makes sense. Like Mark Cuban actually came out because he was actually at the OKC game.
Yeah.
Doesn't he own the team, right, or part of it?
Mark Cuban owned Dallas Mavericks. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he came out and he said like it's going to impact people that are like hourly, and
Yeah.
that's the biggest like because they work during the season and like they're going to be impacted because they're not going to be able to work because of
Yeah.
that, which is crazy.
I mean, like the biggest thing, the biggest impact are gonna be like us small businesses. Like like we are running road shows right now in Sam's Club. I was told that today, like I we are in Sam's Club and 24/7. We've never seen the Sam's Club being this packed, like ever, like for like years now because people are scared. People are buying stuff. They're buying, sustainable food and whatnot.
Where are
So
they buying Kevin? What have you seen?
Sam's Club and then Costco it's the same thing. But after Rudy Gobert and Tom Hanks and like people in Utah are actually getting scared right now. So
I think this is the first Tom Hanks and Rudy Gobert, the first celebrities, high profile people to get infected. That it's just freaking people out.
yeah, I mean the biggest thing is just wash your hands, warm water, wash it really thoroughly. Don't touch your face, don't touch your nose, don't rub your eyes, and social distancing. You know,
Yeah.
so.
And I mean, like, what are your like thoughts on it? Like, I'm actually kind of curious on like how is like China doing like this and during the situation? How are your parents doing over there? Like,
Yeah, so my parents are safe. So this outbreak, right? Like the city of Wuhan actually shut down everything. I think late January. So I was actually listening to a podcast on my way home. They're saying that the WHO, the World Health Organization,
Yeah.
they were, giving, China and South Korea high honors for containing the virus, because before, like about a month ago, China was seeing like 3,500 new cases every single day, and right now they're down to 24 new cases for the entire China.
24.
24 new cases for the entire China.
That's good. So that means it contained it.
Yeah, so they've done a pretty good job, and then the way that they've been doing it, they've been doing it very, very aggressively. So they were, like you sent me the fishnet video, remember, on Instagram?
Yeah.
That was probably real. And then people are like,
Sure.
yeah, and people are like, like doing the temperature gun to the head, and then, like if you are sick, then they will separate you, like children, from their family. They will do that in China because they want to contain it.
Yeah.
So Italy, it was similar. They were kind of overlooking like a little bit now, like Italy, because the population, they smoke more, and then also because the Italy population, they actually are older in general. So they are probably the second. They have the second highest death count right now in terms of the fatality for coronaviruses.
And it makes sense because I feel like they weren't economically prepared either. Don't they have a pretty like not a strong economy?
Yeah, they don't have a strong economy. That's one thing. But secondly, that their hospital capacity is not very big. Same thing here in the U.S. I send you the Tim Ferriss text, right? Like there was an ER doctor in New York. Like they cannot test everybody, right? They can only run 180 tests a day, and then New York is heavily infested right now. So
New York is one of the. I heard like that they might shut down New York for 2 days, so you can't travel through the subway or anything for like 2 days.
yeah,
One of my friends, she's in New York, and she was like posting pictures on Instagram about it, and stuff. So it's pretty interesting. It's kind of scary. I think the U.S. because right now the U.S. is barely trying to contain it. And I read somewhere that it's not that we're trying to stop it from coming into the U.S. because it's already here. We just need to contain how many people get infected or how worse it is.
Yeah, I think I shared a bunch of IGTV last night, right? Did you watch them? Like the coronavirus Q&A. Over there, like Dr. Peter Tia was my favorite longevity doctor, and he was like right now, the thing is in the U.S. that causes concern is that the the geometrical graph of coronavirus is actually growing in exponentially rate, right? So it is going up like this, like very, very, a steep. And then the way that we're seeing in China, in South Korea, is that they kind of plateau or like a little bit already,
That's
right?
good. So they
So
reached their peak already.
yeah, because my parents has been in social quarantine for the last like 2 months. They're
Really?
just yeah, they're just being staying at home doing nothing. So right now China actually claim like victorious, because that's never heard about, like 24 cases in a day in the whole entirety of China.
Yeah.
That's just mind-boggling. But
Do you know? Are they working? Are they going out? Or like, does the government bring food? Or what happened? What's happening?
they're not working. They're just staying at home. And cooking wise, I think the supermarket was still opening.
Yeah.
They can still get like groceries, but pretty much everywhere is empty. They've been working at home for the last 2 months, and then they've been teaching at classes online. Actually, U of U shut down the campus like today too.
Yeah. Rose was telling me they shut down Slick. Well, they didn't shut down, but they're doing classes online. Slick is doing online.
Mm-hmm.
My university went online.
Mm-hmm.
My university is always online. Trying to see.
Yours, yeah, WG is always online, so that's good.
And it's good because my work isn't affected because I just work through my computer. I can have virtual meetings. I don't need to go to work, which is good. And it's weird because I'm going to be working from home for 2 weeks. I don't like it because I like coming in. I feel more productive when I go into work.
Yeah.
I guess I can maybe sleep and maybe take more naps here and there or something. It's just bad.
What's your tactics for working from home? Have you ever worked from home before?
I did when I had my agency job. I worked from home. Um, it was interesting because it's like I didn't have like a set schedule to when to work, but I had 2 cram hours, 3 cram hours where I would take like a break, and then
Mm-hmm.
2 hours I would focus really hard, do my work.
Mm-hmm.
But that's mostly it, just trying to stay on top of it, like not use my phone as much. And then I would take the breaks that I need to take. But for 2 weeks, it's gonna be really hard.
Yeah,
So I don't know.
probably.
What about you? Are you guys still doing your road shows and stuff?
Yeah, so we are still in the store. I personally are not. For this week, I will be in there on Saturday, but it's just doing sofas. It should be pretty. Keep my distances. I should be fine.
Are you
And
gonna?
then
Are you shaking hands with anyone? Contact?
nope, nope. So this week I've been running interviews like high volume recruiting. That's what I do. I've been getting hand sanitizer on my hands every single time. We don't shake hands
Yeah.
and trying to keep our distance. So just trying to do my best to keep some distancing. So
The good thing is, like, if we got infected, we're like not. We're gonna recover. You know.
it depends. It depends because right now if we're not getting tested. So that's why I recommend everybody, go to Peter Atia MD's Instagram account and watch the video. He's like, like it depends. Like, if you ever smoke anything, even weed, you might be in like jeopardy.
One time.
Maybe, I don't know. I don't smoke weed. I don't know.
Wait, hold on. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Continue.
If you ever smoke anything,
I
right,
was,
like it's gonna,
I
huh?
was gonna bring out a lighter, but
Lighter? Okay.
yeah.
Watch out because we don't want to get banned by YouTube. So,
I know.
if you ever smoke or if you ever have like high blood pressure or diabetes or along those lines, then you're gonna be a little bit more heavily, impacted. So, like the biggest thing is if you're ever experience any sort of a cold symptoms, make sure that you're self quarantine. And then if you ever feel like you cannot breathe, you're having trouble breathing, call like 911 because you need treatment right away.
Yeah. Rose is telling me at her work they're testing people for it.
Yeah.
She tells me it's pretty crazy. They've hid the face mask, they've hid the hand sanitizer because people are coming in, employees are coming in, people are coming in and stealing it and taking it to their homes and giving it to people and stuff.
Right.
And they're saying it's just crazy. Like there's a lot of stuff that I can't really say on here. I can say off the camera, but like there's a lot of stuff that's going on that in the hospitals that like it's on the that they know more than us, if that makes sense.
Yeah, that's true. Because a hospital are the first hand, right? Like, it doesn't matter what does the media do, like the hospital workers are the first information, knower, or they're the first line of defense, if that makes sense. So
Yeah, I was hearing the Joe Rogan. Did you watch it? The
which
guy,
one?
the infectious disease
Yeah,
doctor.
I listened to that one too.
It was pretty good. Like the pretty much the only thing that you could do to like protect yourself is just rest well, wash your hands, try to have a high immune system.
Yep.
Mostly it.
Don't touch your face. Social distancing. I cannot stress this enough. So
Yeah. I have a question, Kevin. So has there
yeah,
been like any like have you gotten any like weird like looks from people or like you
yeah,
felt like
yeah.
discrimination and all this
Of
stuff?
course, people are racist to me since the beginning. People are calling me Mr. Corona Man. People are telling me, "Oh, am I gonna get coronavirus virus if I'm talking to you?"
Really?
Yeah, it happens.
That's terrible, dude. I hate that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine. And then and I told him that you wouldn't say the same thing with a white Italian man walking in the store,
Yeah.
right? You only
Makes,
say it to a colored person like us.
yeah.
So
Yeah. That's messed up, dude. Yeah, I kind of like wanted to see if that was like kind of going on with you
it
because I
is.
see some stuff that like it is happening online and stuff. So I was just kind of like, it's
Yeah,
kind of dumb because it's not like just because like you're Asian, like you're gonna have like the coronavirus and stuff. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
that's
It's
true.
people like that are coming from places with like that have the highest rate, like like maybe travel internationally and stuff since the outbreak broke out and everything.
Yeah, I mean the bottom line is that everybody can get it, and then did China started it? Yes, they did, but China is doing the best right now in terms of containing it, right? Like the U.S. is about to be like the second Italy because we kind of did not take it seriously. Like Trump did not take it seriously for the last like few weeks,
Yeah.
right? And then the thing is that the U.S. is about to really get hit hard with this virus thing, and then by that time it's just okay, cool. You are blaming it on China. China has 24 new cases in a day.
Yeah.
How many cases do you guys have?
Yeah. No, that's true. It's kind of scary. I think more testing, there's going to be more cases, The
Yeah,
higher rate that you test, the higher rate that people are going to be like, you'll find more like people infected. But I
yeah.
mean, does this impact you in any other way? Like for me, I had to cancel my California trip
Mm-hmm.
with Rose. And then I'm actually like, that one's fine because they give me a voucher that I can reschedule for another time.
Mm-hmm.
But the biggest thing I don't want to be rescheduled is my Peru trip next month.
Oh, right. Even for
Flying in
Peru.
Yeah, South America.
I think South America is affected too, but I'm not sure how severe.
It's not that bad. Peru only has like 9 cases or something.
Okay.
But again, Peru is a third world country. They're like,
Yeah.
like it's. I don't know. I'm kind of
Kind
worried.
of shaky there.
Like, can you imagine if I go to Peru? Because Trump shut down like travel from Europe to the U.S. for like 30 days, right?
Yeah, they might shut down to South America too by just a tweet.
I
You
wouldn't
know?
be surprised. I wouldn't be surprised. Can you imagine that? I'm stuck in Peru for like 30 days. You know?
I'd be like, oh my God, I'm gonna feel so connected to my culture right now. I'm be like, oh,
Yeah,
this is amazing.
that'd be so cool. But I
Uh,
don't know. We'll see what happens. My parents, they could always reschedule their vow like renewal and stuff.
I
So
mean, just be safe. Just don't travel like Summer, like my friend Summer. He is in Switzerland right now,
whoa,
and I don't think he's coming back anytime soon.
yeah,
So,
that sucks. Yeah, 30 days, I think.
yeah, so I was texting him on like Instagram. I was like, "Hey, are you able to make it back?" And I haven't heard from him yet. So
They shut down Wi-Fi communications.
they probably shut that down too. Well, he was in a pretty remote area too. So I mean, the view is amazing,
Yeah,
but I'm not sure if he can make it back or not.
then he'll be fine. I'm worried more about like people like Conor McGregor. Is he gonna fight? Because he's in Europe. And
He's still training.
can you imagine Conor McGregor fighting from the Apex, from like a place with 50 people?
I mean, do like fighter gets like hyped up from the crowd? I think they must have, right?
Like they do. That's the thing. So it's just weird that they're gonna do it without a live crowd. I don't know. Dana White has come out and he said that he does not fear the coronavirus.
He's not scared.
That's what he said, that he's not scared and he doesn't want to believe all like the hype and all the scaredness and all this stuff.
Like he is being like being ignorant then, and
He literally tweeted out on Instagram, "Fear is contagious."
yeah, it is contagious, but it's really about what, right? Like it's you need to be able to like stay up the like the counts and what should we do, and then getting educated about it, like being saying oh, it's not gonna happen, it's not gonna spread, like that's what we did with like Trump, right? Like part of the thing that I think is that probably Trump will not get re-elected because of the coronavirus, because
Hopefully,
the way that they handle it probably is so poorly.
yeah.
Maybe that will be playing in our favors right here, but anyway.
We'll see. I don't know. I'm kind of like scared too, but you can't really do anything.
Yeah,
Just protect
wash your
yourself.
hands, don't touch your face, social distancing.
Yeah. No Muay Thai, no gym. But I need to get my workout in. But I think like I'm just tired physically that I don't think I should go today. I don't know.
Then don't go.
We'll
it's
see.
it's about safety, man.
Yeah.
So
Cool.
cool. How should we name this episode? The coronavirus update or something? Or
Coronavirus, our perspective, or you know, like coronavirus in Utah or something like that. I don't know.
all right, cool.
Yeah.
Not bad. Anything else you want to add?
No, that's everything from me. Just stay educated. This is like every zombie movie, you know? If you ever seen a zombie movie, it's the same thing. It's scary.
Sort of.
Pandemic. The good thing is that the death rate is very low.
Well, it depends on how you look at it, right?
Yeah.
Like the death rate is high relatively to other, stuff, other disease, right? I think for like Italy, I think they have what 10 10,000 people infected and they have 600 deaths, and that is a very high number because I think normally it's like point something percent or something.
Yeah.
So it really depends on what kind of a perspective that you have, but we got to take it more seriously. So
Yeah. No, for sure. And we're taking it seriously here. So
good. That's why we're doing this podcast remotely. So
yeah. Well, we might meet up to get food though. So
all
I don't
right,
know.
cool. We'll see.
All right,
All right.
man. I'll see you.
Anything else?
No,
Cool.
that's everything from me on this.
All right. This is Kevin signing off.
It's Jofre signing off.
Have a nice one, guys.